What is up, my pleasure babies? On this week's episode, we are going to talk about the G-spot. Yeah, the one and the only lie that we have been told like my whole damn life, and definitely your whole life too. So if you are interested in debunking the G-spot and interested on how to hit the G-spot with specific positions, then let's fucking get to it and go. Now, if you are new to this channel, you know what to do and subscribe, because 8 p.m. Central Time every Monday evening is when I drop my new video. And yeah, it's always on something taboo. So if you like hearing filthy shit, you fucking subscribe, because you don't want to miss out. And I really don't want you to miss out too, because we're trying to close this little thing we call an orgasm gap. So if you're interested in the G-spot, then keep watching and make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. As a vulva owner, I feel betrayed. I feel lied to by the whole adult industry. Not only adult toy companies, condoms, lubes, fuck, even workshops. We have been lied to. They have been telling us that we have this magical pleasure spot in every single woman that is called the G-spot. And I know you already know what that means and what motions to hit it and what it feels like. And if you don't, then take a rewind and go back to my how to squirt video, because, well, that's just one of my best videos and you're definitely missing out on how to make yourself get the waterworks. So I will say that the industry lied to us vulva owners, but they didn't really lie. I mean, they just didn't know. So it's new science and new evidence has now proven that the G-spot doesn't actually exist. In fact, technically, it's still a clitoral orgasm. So what happens is, I will show you a picture right up here, is you have your external clitoris, and then there's bulbs and whatnot on the back side. So think of your clit being the shape of a wishbone. So, you know, you have your bottom bulb here, and then it comes up to the external, and then you drop down to the other bulb here. So those two bulbs are what make the G-spot very sensitive and give you a different sensation, because it's an internal orgasm versus an external orgasm. So they didn't really lie, they just didn't know. But I feel betrayed, like I said, so we're gonna refer to it as a motherfucking lie, because I feel lied to. And you know what the craziest part is? They lied to me about my own body. My own body. My own body. My mom's body, my sister's body, my best friend's bodies. All of us have been lied to. I'm just so mad. Well, not mad. I'm kind of choked, because this whole time I thought I was having G-spot orgasms, and really I've just been having clitoral orgasms. And I guess I just know how to stimulate my internal clitoris. And now I'm gonna show you guys how to do the same. Let's start this journey on how to fucking find your internal clitoris, or your G-spot. For the sake of this video, we are just gonna keep saying G-spot, because fuck, it's already been named that. So it's drilled in my head, and I know it's drilled in your head, so let's just keep calling it the G-spot, even though we've been lied to, like I've said. Let's start with how many nerve endings the clitoris really has. And I'm here to let you know it is 8,000. 8,000. That is double the amount that is in a penis head, okay? That's fucking crazy. So no wonder why we feel it in our guts when we have an orgasm. And obviously, like I said, there's external and there's internal. So how do you find that internal button? Oh, fuck, I hate calling it a button. How do we find that internal patch? No. How do we find the internal walnut? No. How do we find that internal trampoline? Does that sound right? You know, when you jump on it, you pee a little bit, so that counts as squirting, right? Not true. But just to let you know, peeing is not squirting. Peeing is not squirting, but you will know that if you go back to my squirting video. So the best way for you to find your G-spot is either with these two fingers, or a fucking toy. A toy that's job is to find you your G-spot. In this position, you are going, oh God, I've been this way right now. I'm in my boyfriend's bed and it like sinks back and it's just crazy. Oh, this basement is gonna be the death of me. Okay. So our legs are essentially bent like this, and our hand or a toy is reaching in. Now, I would like to start with, you should probably have maybe 1, 2, or 3 clitoral orgasms before you go searching for your little G-spot, because guess what? The more you become aroused, the more blood goes to your genitals, exactly like an erect penis. Duh, that is why our vulva swells and then blossoms like a flower. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then honey, you need to masturbate in front of a mirror, because your vulva is so beautiful. Your yoni like just blossoms in front of you, and it's like the labia's open, your clitoral head pulls back, and you become exposed and liberated. It feels great. So now that we are in this position and we are digging, we are going to go about 2 inches in, or an inch. However long your fingers are, start with that. So you're gonna be pushing to the roof or the ceiling of your vagina, and you're gonna be doing light strokes, and you're gonna feel a piece of tissue that is enlarged, maybe like a trampoline, maybe a little bit textured, about the size of the walnut. And we've all heard of the come hither motion. Fuck, my hair is always in my mouth, like. That's why you don't wear gloss and then film a YouTube, especially when you just like whip your hair around everywhere. I will learn how to film a YouTube maybe someday, but right now I have no idea. So I just fucking myself. And do people have like TV faces and shit like on YouTube, or like are you just supposed to be organic? Because I'm out here being organic as shit. So now that you have spotted this fucking piece of flesh, deep or shallow, within your vaginal cavity, because it isn't deep. I don't know why I said that. It is very shallow. It is very near the front, but every body is different, and that is very important. So some people might actually feel stimulation or can have an internal orgasm, and some people can't. So if you can't, it's something to work up to practice to. But if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. And don't set any expectations when you're going for an adventure, because sometimes the harsh reality is you might not find it, and you want to feel good about going to masturbate the next time you start your search. So hey, maybe we'll find it next time. You never know. So sometimes a part of me really wonders if the G-spot orgasm or the internal orgasm is similar to like a prostate orgasm, because that prostate is essentially supposed to replicate a female orgasm. But the funny thing is, a lot of men out there are just not willing to try it, which is kind of crazy to me, because they come every time. So if you could like amplify that come, wouldn't you? It's like drugs. You know, you start with 1 and you're like, I'll take 2. Why do you take 2? Because you know it's gonna feel better. Well, you hope it's gonna feel better. And that's like the same thing with sex. So like, why don't you try to level up your orgasm? Just relax, people. Anyways, this video is not about the prostate orgasm. It is about the G-spot orgasm. Okay, so let's talk about positions to hit your G-spot with penetration when you have maybe a penis owner or a strap or a toy. You know, something going inside the vaginal cavity. In this case, we're talking about partner play. One of the great ones is spooning. So you can be laying on your side and you're slowly coming up through the cheeks and into your G-spot and hitting direct penetration on that trampoline spot. Next up is the crisscross. Now, your partner stands at the edge of the bed and you do a little something like this with your legs. So I'm gonna give you a little demo here. So you would lay back, leg up. We've all done this, but you're gonna do this. Ta-da! And that is the crisscross. And when you do the crisscross, you can always put a little pillow underneath your booty so it lifts it up so that the penis can scoop up and hit your G-spot. Right? And like, why wouldn't we want that? Now, everybody is different. Like I say, every body is different. So depending on the curve of your partner's penis or your partner's strap is kind of one of the determining factors of which position is gonna be better for you or best fitted for you. So you have to really play around to figure out where you get the best stimulation to your G-spot. The next one is being on top. And you know how we love to be in charge. Well, Whoa, was that just me? Do I just love being in charge? I don't know. I don't like being in charge in like every aspect of my life. I just kind of like control in the bedroom. I tend to be a little bit more dominant. But when you are on top, you are in control. So you can do those shallow strokes or you can do those deep strokes. And fuck, you can do the twists with your hips and pretty much rock whichever way feels best to you. So being on top is like one of my favorite positions because like I said, I'm in control. Now that we know the G-spot isn't real, but we're still gonna refer to it as the G-spot, you now know that it's actually the clitoral balls that you, oh my God, I just realized that we have balls. This whole time, they've been saying grow a pair, and we really did have a pair. No wonder why women are just like the greater species. I'm not saying that on here. Don't hate, just penetrate. But anyways, I wanted to leave you guys with a little bit of statistics that I found highly interesting. And I just thought that you guys would want to hear some of these. And yeah, obviously they revolve around the G-spot. So they have recently discovered that 11% of vulva owners actually avoid sex because they could not find their G-spot. Like, honey, there are way better things to orgasm from than just your G-spot. You have so many erogenous zones. Do not worry if you cannot come via G-spot. Another statistic is one that lets you know that you are not alone. 44% of women get frustrated, anxious, or have confusion around finding your G-spot. Honey, I fucking did too. I was like, what the fuck? I literally think I just found mine 2 years ago. So like, please, please. People don't find it until they're 60. Fuck, some people probably die never being able to find it. So consider this video a blessing, and my squirt one too. Another interesting statistic that I found was that 31% of partners try to find the G-spot and fail. So my biggest recommendation for you is to go searching for it by yourself. Once you can locate it, then you can tell your partner exactly how to find it. Because baby, nobody knows your body better than you. And this last one was pretty funny. I even said this to my boyfriend and he agreed with this and I was like, okay, so this is the problem here. 82% of men believe that every woman has a magic button. Magic button. Like we're some type of fucking machine or something. That's like when they like go in there and they're like, and then we're like shaking and then they're thinking that we're coming and we're not. We're like really uncomfortable. They're like, oh my God, I'm doing it so good. And you're like, no, really? That's because they think they have the magic button and they think also every woman can squirt. Okay. So now that you know that all vulva owners have our own set of bulbs or balls, the bulbs of vestibule, which are the nerve endings for your internal stimulation, we do not have an extra organ called the G-spot, okay? So now you know. Technically, you're only coming from internal clitoral stimulation. So if you learned something new from this video or found it even somewhat interesting, give this video a thumbs up. And if you didn't like this one, well, maybe my next Monday one you will like a little bit more. So do not forget to subscribe and also check out my squirt video because there is some more in-depth detail of how to find your G-spot or your trampoline spot. See you next Monday, babies.